Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Una good evening. Una call una salon people for me. Una good evening, because this message, as they talk, I've done the make couple of live them regarding this trafficking issue where I go to na salon. But it's as if couple of people are not like or not want to make you talk about your story, or not want to make you come out and just give you like for come out and just express yourself. People do not like it at all. People like to find all type of way for silence you, for behave as if nothing happened, so you can just brush things all under the rug, or just move on, or keep brushing things under the carpet. But honestly, my dear, for how long we go deep and then kind issue the assault or the and they laugh kiki. But sometimes at the truths now that they find way or hiding for these guys or tell we so. You understand, eh? So I say make I can do up in quickly. More can continue for talk, yeah. More can continue for talk. My voice cut right now. My voice cut. I say more can continue for talk because I want for continue for advocate. I want for continue for advocate for this issue, yeah. I really want for continue for advocate for on the issue of trafficking, and I want for continue for come and explain and tell una my story, what it happened. You understand, eh? How they traffic me, both in Sierra Leone, internationally and locally. Because the kind of situation now where you keep quiet, now they continue for if affect, and people would think like they will keep on play with your life or come back for can't do the same thing, maybe to you picking them get for be affected by a situation like this. So dear, as much as it's all fun and games, as much as it's all like sometimes you want to move on, you really genuinely want to move on from a horrible event that or from a situation or story, but sometimes it's too much. You like, nah, enough is enough. You understand? Sometimes you just like, enough is enough. I cannot continue to be nobody's victim. I cannot continue to be in that space wherein people just feel like it's okay for take advantage on me, especially where it be say like especially where it be say like you they think to yourself the severity of the issue, especially when you think to yourself like why you have too many questions, especially when you have too many questions about the issue. First of all, you looking at yourself like people are not gonna get no value or respect towards you in life. People that don't really care for you, or they breach humanitarian rights and your feelings, and they kind of like brush things aside because they want for continue for benefits of you, but they don't like the idea of you. To them, you are nothing. To them, you should just go to hell, and that's it. So honestly, guys, it's not easy when you wake up to certain reality. It's not easy. I want to take me time for talk on this issue, yeah. As best as I can, I'll continue for advocate. For real, I'll continue for advocate on this matter. Sote attire, yeah. I'll continue for advocate on this issue of trafficking. Sote attire. You understand? Because this is a really important topic and issue for really shine a light on, especially being a victim of this of trafficking, especially being subjected in a condition like this. This is not only if I don't even know where to start. Now I make a try for cover the story bit by bit. You understand? For explain people they know how for make you talk about issue. because the government who we get, especially in our salon in this current time, is about, oh, they want to make you talk waiting benefits them, waiting make them look good on the outside. But an honest person go want for them for express their honest feelings. An honest person go want for talk and be real. It's not every time we want to come online and can't behave as if we all not get problem, or I'm not going through a problem, or I don't have something to say or beneficial to say or an impact to make. I'm not going for they come online with something as so crucial as experiencing trafficking from my past, from my childhood. I will not turn a blind eye to this situation because I want to please anybody, or because I want to be in a happy environment, or I want to be like, for say, as if nothing happened, and move on so easily, and just like forgiveness is key, of course. But imagine when you've been in a position where people have not only like done so much evil, people have gone to extent to do so much evil, people have taken your livelihood, your life, and played with it. People have take advantage of you to so much extent. You've been physically, sexually, emotionally, all aspects. You've been abused to so much level. Imagine having to go to a situation like that, all through like almost half of the course of your life. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like at this point I don't even get me justice. I don't have my justice right now, but I know I'm gonna get my justice. I know the people who are involved into this whole situation, they would justice must prevail, honestly. So imagine like people forging documentations, people taking people's identities, forging documents, people lying, falsifying, people scamming people. People want to use people's identity to go to carry out criminal activities and everything. Now that maybe happened to me. And me trafficking from the UK to salon, and from salon to the UK. People want to continue to hide something where a young person go to at a very young age. And now even subjecting even me own picking into the same situation. All in the name of, they make us say, if anybody want to go before, at this point you know in our life there, anybody want for elevate, go before. Anybody want for better, go take you a picking there. Go take you your life, your family them. Nobody wanna be here for make you take advantage of them. They pass, they talk about people and picking up and down. They go and shumu up and down. They go and make like for say you're doing something when you're not, just to carry out criminal activity and use somebody in name or in the process. Because I don't know what's in this whole thing there. I don't see this whole thing. Just because you want to be, you have to be one high and mighty. You have to show yourself and everything and say, oh my God, like I'm mommy this, mommy queen. You take a young person in life, you take a ruin them. You take a destroy them. You take a subject them to certain inhuman treatments and way you be saying for subject them to. They take people identities they are so up and down for use them. Forge people and documents there. Scam people there. Use people and name there. Minor picking their all, traffic children, sexually abusing, sexualizing children, intimidating people, targeting and harassing people through that process. Then plus you go put juju back by the person in system for hold the case. You go put juju where they put there by the person system, where they make the person feel like for say, oh my God, they are going crazy, and it's not. Then they subject, they tell us, make them sit there, make them go through that situation there. Where for say the things have not to anything, where they stick by the person, something that just come out of the person's system and they can be able to move on with their lives. It's heart-rending. It's very heart-rending. And for no reason and to no account would I keep quiet or silent about this issue here. For no account. It no matter which kind, I know which kind of money anybody want for me for carry out what kind of useless agenda. It no matter which you defend or you focus on life is about. You're gonna have to make sure say sometimes let's be guided here. Let's not continue to carry on with the same issues, activities, same programming, and then we expect different outcome. Look at the way how the condition now, how the world is. Look at the way how crime is all over the place. Look at how the police having to work overtime because the cases are too many. Look at the death rate. Look at the death rate they happen every day. Look at the domestic violences. Look at the issues up and down. Then you want to carry this kind of same system where people that they online that they laugh, that they boast about being part of things like trafficking. Now so they can do, they can sabi for take things and they disguise and to una. Now one day you go laugh table, one day it teach go out. You understand? And disguise unto you, oh yes, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But when they are actually showing you this is who they are and what they are involved in. And it's a matter of time, sometimes we don't take it slightly. Especially we that have young children, minor children, growing up in this type of messed up situations. With this kind of level of selfishness and selfish people that surrounds us. Desperation. You know? So honestly, me, I don't go lie for nobody. When you feel like for say I'm triggering you or you feel attacked, then that means say you are obviously involved. And you are obvious you deserve for you to be called out. You deserve for you to be talked about. We all don't want to be here to sit down and be sugarcoating and shit. Where be say shit is getting out of hand at this moment. At this point, some of you now are just miserable. When you don't have anything beneficial for do it in a lifestyle, or una feel so miserable because life need to work as planned, or una juju and sebe they need to work as for una take say projecting, hate, taking advantage of another person's life because of lack of understanding of a situation. That's the best way to go forward. Where say they are so? We don't talk footy sour to us so. You understand, eh? I'll keep on advocating against trafficking as a Sierra Leonean, as a British Sierra Leonean. You understand? Because of having to endure that situation. I having to be trafficked both locally and internationally for money, not for nothing. Now for money. And some temporary nonsense or status or whatever it is. It's heartrending. It's detrimental. Trafficking is dangerous. Taking advantage of people repeatedly over and over and expecting say there will be no consequences is actually disgusting. Taking people's identity, forging them, talking about minor children, interfering them into any drug, illegal, sexual exploiting young children is fucked up. And I don't know how some of you people sleep or are even existing in this world. Now some of you make things don't go the way I don't spiral out of control. Every day now one case to the other. So I'm not gonna sit here and make nobody not can tell me say, not talk about your story, not bring your story online, not talk about your story. This is no secret. Me trafficking not a secret to nobody. Me trafficking was done both in salon, internationally, locally and internationally. And it's something to shine a light on. I don't care how trigger you be or how much you don't want to hear about this story. If you were part of it and you're so scared, these are yes. It better say because if anybody push me, I post una pictures there. Una already na salon, mommy and papa na power then queen, king and pink there. I post una all. Because una all sabi una self. We wanted to be celebrity, I am mighty, which are broadcast there. We're involved into taking advantage and they're going to pass finger people picking there behind closed doors. And they're going to useless people and picking there all for money. all for status and power and position and whatever show. We they make show, the show. Which show? Una boring like fuck. Some of una don't old, una don't expire. So nobody, now this also, like menopause they kill una. So, yeah. All say na boku arguments and cause up and we not see no better way some of una they do. All say na boku back and forth. So anybody will think say me not for air this out and talk on it on this issue, then now you business. You understand? Now you completely business. But I dey tell una bing bing. You understand? I was trafficked locally and internationally from Britain to Sierra Leone to Britain. My identity was stolen, and the perpetrators are still to this date, okay, are holding on to this issue, to this case. Like, that means since me being in the UK, I've been trafficked this whole time, okay? And even the plan that they made against me was not just about me, but also my unborn children have been affected by this same trafficking system, this ring. Okay, this ring of child molesters, rapists, etc. You understand, This ring, I don't know how I pray for, anyway, I pray for me own pikin, because me, I've having so much targets. I've been targeted so much because of this issue. They've targeted me. I mean, the one who Salon Sabi about this issue with me. And if you people think for once I go left Fanguna, maybe say my name not to Sonia. If you think I'm gonna sit here and not talk about this, if you say you trigger about the issue, where it says I'll tell you the because it's a bit now all day. Yep. Because if you push me, they put on our pictures them. You understand? It's not easy where people let they credit for gang up on you, betray you, where people that they go use you for money. You understand? The one where they do illegal activity. Whether they sell una minerals they all. Una minerals they. The one where they finger on our resources up and down. Now then they all. You understand? Now they all say, like in a sense, they already the finger on our resources personally. Now then they into the system there. Now then they into the system, they are the number one culprits in these systems. So anybody will feel intimidated about me discussing about this trafficking, where I endure, okay? Where I endure out of, both locally and internationally, that is your problem. I will continue for talk about my story. I will continue for say about my story. If you left to me, I will put picture there one by one. They call una name there now. Una complete name them. The only reason why I don't want to be calling people's complete names is because of legal reasons. I rather talk about the story without calling people's complete names. So I will call first name. Because you not call complete name, then nobody can hold me, right? I have right to call first names. There are people that they share first name, first and second name self. So I can call person full name self, being pass normal. You understand? Pass normal if I put your picture now back again, then obviously. But for legal reason, because I'm taking my case all the way to court, whether you're in a family, whether you're not a family, whether you're family and to family. At this point, anybody where basically for say is part of this case, is an accomplice to this case. Anybody we know for say that have been involved in this case and have been keeping quiet. I'm not here for play. I'm not there also for play with nobody. For begin hide situation, hide issue, or because like I just want us to be good, and I just want us to just play the situation as if it's nothing. This is a serious issue. Very serious issue. You understand? People that they take minor picking them for the past they up and down for drugs and for sex and everything, sexually exploiting them because of one publicity or one storyline. So I'm not gonna sit here and not talk about this issue here. Yeah. The way the trafficking started, what I know, and I'm still gonna keep on talking about. The more I dig on the story, the more I dig on the story, the more I will keep on explaining exactly what happened, what transpired, how I was trafficked, why I was trafficked, and how my identity was used throughout this process, and what was the premeditated, like the agenda towards, you know, this whole situation, how certain people wanted to use this whole situation, this whole story, to benefit themselves, to continue a whole criminal pipeline. So I'll keep on talking about, explaining. As much as I get that information, the more I dig deep, the more I keep on, you know, having the real story, the more I go keep on sharing with you the story, how it happened to me. Because think about it, I was trafficked very young. I was really young when I was trafficked. I would think I was below the age of 5. Yes, I was below the age of 5 when I was trafficked. And I wasn't just trafficked. You know, when you're trafficked, then you think you're talking about black magic being used. And that's what majority traffickers would do. They go use black magic and they victim them. Because one, they want to keep you in that space of fear. You understand? Two, they want to put you in that sense of control, in that space of control. So I wasn't just trafficked. You know, obviously I was first of all abused. You understand? I was first of all mercilessly abused, raped. You know, victimized. I was abused mentally, both mentally, physically, emotionally. I was treated like a dog. You know, I was locked up in cages, tied up. I was told to like behave like an animal, like I wasn't human or something like that, and I was just used for a particular purpose. Now, as an adult, realizing what happened in that when the trafficking had started, now I'm realizing like the severity of things. Like actually, it was more to do with illegal activities, not just drugs. I'm talking about minerals. I'm talking about basic, every type of illegal activities that you can think about, because you know what trafficking is. You talk about organ trafficking, human trafficking. You're talking about all type. Like they already told me like I was a done deal. Like I was a done deal. Like they already sold everything about me. Everything was taken and sold. You know, like for me, identity now, take to me, hate to me, food, so everything. So I was put in that condition. I was really put in that condition, like, you know, subject to inhumane treatment when I get locked up in cage. Yes, get tied up, get like used. I want to take my time to explain. I want to take me time for explain, because I feel like I'll keep on explaining it anyways. I'm going to make another video when my voice is much more clear. And then I will go into much details of what happened to me. Yeah, so you understand like what happened to me when all this trafficking has been going on. So I was locked in cage. I was tied up. I was treated like a dog, like an animal. I was told to like do so many like disgusting things, so many weird things, so many inhumane things like a child should never experience at that age and everything. And then like they end up obviously putting like voodoo on me as well. I was taken to shrines. I think I was even flew out maybe to other places at one point when this whole thing was going on. Yeah, I was flew out and everything. They took me to shrines to swear about this whole trafficking. Like, oh, even when they give me like the opportunity to travel to UK now, like I'm not gonna run away. I'm gonna keep on talking to these same people, this same ring, because it's a ring. When it comes to trafficking, it's a ring. It's like a whole cartel, a whole gang gang up or whatever it is. Like, they're passing your name from one place to the other. They're telling people like about you. They're telling people like you are there to sold like a sold prostitute. You understand, eh? For illegal activity, or like you are there to give services or business, but like you're not benefiting from it, because one, you have a pimp, you get madam where they take all the, like, whether they pay or where they sell you out up and down and everything. So that was the same situation like me. Like, they told me even when I came to the UK, like, I need to swear, I need to go swear in some shrine. Back when I began, I said, before they can UK, so I'm not going to forever run away, or I go keep on talking about the same people, and if I run away, now so them go do to me, they say they go to acid for me, then go choke me, they go kill me, then go blow bullets for me. Like, they even told me, yeah, like they wanted to leave me blind, paralyzed completely. They wanted to leave me completely off. Like, they want me to, like, you understand, me to completely go crazy, go mental, like completely go off because of the situation and because of the way, the age I was when this whole thing happened. I'm gonna make another video to explain to you people in details about the issue, yeah? I'm going to, and if I have time, I'm gonna try to get because my tripod broke. My tripod broke, and I don't know other things. Yeah, but if I get time, if I have time, when I get my tripod or something like that, I'm gonna make sure I'll make make a video explaining everything in details that I know about this case, about this trafficking issue with me. That, you know, everything that I can recollect from my memory of what happened to me at the age that it happened to me. And I'm gonna try to put that on YouTube as well. You understand? Just for safekeeping. You understand? And I will continue to share that video, you know, every time that, you know, with my continuous advocating against trafficking, or, you know. So yeah, so that was what happened to me. They treated me like a dog, like an animal. Like, this is not like basic maltreatment, African, no. This is purely based on the fact that they wanted to sell me. When my father died, when my father passed away, they wanted to sell me, and they had no use for me. And it was more to do with like political gains as well, and like people wanted to go up, to move up so desperately those times. So they were desperate to, you know, to benefit themselves, to go up. So immediately my father died. My father is passed away. He's late. By the way, my father is late. I never got the opportunity to meet my father, and I always ask about him, because God knows, like, if my father was alive by now, I would be 100% a daddy's girl. Like, you know, I'll be 100% a daddy's girl. I don't know, something about my father's spirit that's just, it's just there. You know, you've never know somebody, I've never known him, I've never got to experience him, but I just love him from the depth of my heart. Like, I cannot detach from him. Even though I don't even know him, like, growing up, he died when I was so young, but like, I feel so like close to him. I feel like as if like, I feel like, for say, like, man, like, I wish I got to know my father. I wish my father was here and I got to know him. It wasn't because of my hardship or my hard time. Like, a bad baby, you understand, eh? But the thing is, like, as any female wanting to, like, I wish I got to know my father before he passed away. So I always feel in the depths of my heart, like, there's some, like, the love cannot be erased for nothing. Like, it doesn't matter who comes, who goes. The love for my father can never be erased. It can never ever be erased at all. So when my father died, you know, typical, because obviously, to my knowledge, you know, obviously, like, I keep on mentioning him, he was in politics, military and everything. So couple of people wanted inheritance, wanted a way to benefit themselves and just to move on, or to have opportunity to travel, to experience life, all that type of stuff. So I was like the easy target at that point, because I did not have my father there. You understand? I did not have a supportive system. I did not have no family, nobody to say, oh my God, like, you understand, like, this, we are going to take care of this young lady and we're going to take responsibility of her. So immediately my father died, they sold me, they took everything, they took my documents, everything, they took everything, my identity. They even told me to change my name. They lied, they falsified documentations, everything. They lied about my father and everything, and my connection to my dad. They lied about everything. They detached me away from my dad. Yes, they even said my dad is not the one who born me. Oh. They said my dad is, I'm not my father's daughter and everything. And imagine, like, there's some things in life that are so valuable, especially when it comes to your, like, when you love a parent, even without you knowing that parent, you just love them. And then somebody wants to take that opportunity away from you. You understand? And so I had to go through that. They sold me both locally, internationally, for illegal activities, of course, because that's what trafficking is. I was taken out of Sierra Leone, I think, to other places as well. There were times, yeah. So in order to, like, basically keep up with these lies, they had to threaten me. You understand? They had to threaten me with voodoo, had to threaten me like, oh, maybe like they're gonna put voodoo on me, and if I run, or if I don't cooperate and everything, they will kill me or something like that. Yeah, they would take advantage of me and everything. And my life is, I'm supposed to be under this sort of bondage, like some sort of slavery per se. Some sort of slavery, understand? So I used to ask myself, like, why do I deserve to go through this? What do these people want? You know, you've taken everything. My dad is passed, is gone, and you decide to just take my life and ruin it and trash it. So what exactly do you want? What was the point of all of this? Because mind you, about like in terms of the age, as well, you know, consider the age I was and the time as well, and it was back in the 90s, and now it's even worse. Back in the 90s, but a lot of people were still desperate. People are still desperate anyways, in general. You know, people were, you know, still wanting to catch fame. People want to go high up there, you know, and people were just finding, as it's still the same thing, 2025. It's going worse, you understand? Finding all sorts of ways, shape to, like, elevate themselves and to, like, push themselves or put themselves in a certain standard or whatever it is. So I had to go through all that situation, and it was really heart-rending for me. It was really heart-rending. That's why I'm like, if anybody don't want to hear this story, please don't click on my videos. When especially the ones I'm talking about trafficking, don't bother to watch it, because I'm not the one. Me not supposed to elect for sugarcoat. I want for going at the raw and honest truth, okay? How I feel and waiting, how this situation impacts me in a negative way, okay? Sometimes when you're not a victim of something, you might not know how that person they feel, or waiting at the thought process of that person they, until that person they express himself to you, they go understand how you wait the decisions you make, waiting at the consequences where that decisions, and they don't, and the impact, and you know, don't left another person they in life. So that's the same thing for me. So like nothing evil. I say I saw pure evil. I've seen, not saw. To this date, I've seen pure evil. It makes me, as much as I am still fighting, you understand, for the betterment of society, But it makes me really like question humanity for real. It makes me question, have a big question mark. It makes me like, damn, what kind of society and world, is, our sometimes our elders create for us, and we come into the same mess, we pick up the same systems, thinking like they are good for us, or thinking like they will take us far, or thinking, yeah, we grow up with the same selfish, self-centeredness and heartlessness, or, so I have a whole lot of questions like, what type of messed up human beings have I encountered? You understand? And honestly, believe you, this is why I don't get so impressed easily. I don't get so impressed easily at all about people's circumstances, when people come in on this social media acting as if like they're all high and mighty, they got all type of riches and everything. You just need to question, man. What is the source of your wealth? What is the source of your income? Where are you getting this wealth, this blingy blingy that you're demonstrating? You understand, when you're coming from a place that's going through so much abject poverty, when you see the surrounding, the system around you, and it's so messed up, then you see one side, people are all like having fun, partying every day, and splashing and splishing. You're asking yourself like, so what about the other people who are going, who are facing so and so? So like, like so many questions, like where is all this coming from? So, but it's good sometimes we have questions in life. It's good that we ask questions. We think, we have good thoughts. You understand? We really think deeply, about the pictures that, we the images that we want to, like, that has been put in our faces. So honestly, I went through every single evil that you can think of somebody experiencing, and it was so detrimental because of the age I was. My dad died. It was a straightforward thing, but imagine like these people, they wanted to still hold on to that story. You understand? When somebody go to a situation like trafficking, one thing you have to be careful. It's easy for somebody to be like, oh my God, you're crazy, or something is wrong with you. But then in another thing, it's like you ask yourself, what is this person trying to hide? What is this person trying to hide? What type of situation you want to continue, or like what is your agenda? So that's the same predicament I found myself. And now I have to prove myself. I have to go all the way, dig deep, to get justice regarding this issue. Because I cannot sit here to let anyone take me for fool, or anyone like take advantage of my life, or question me or who I am, or my sense of intelligence. You understand? When people go through experience situation, it's not good for us as society to just neglect them, to just like call them names and subject them to like whatever it is, as if they cannot be listened to, or as if they cannot be taken seriously. It doesn't matter the circumstance of that person. So that's the same situation as me. I'm going to keep on fighting for this case. Want to get my justice against the people that I know are involved into this trafficking. 2, I'm going to keep on advocating. Whether now in the future I will advocate, especially going to child trafficking and adult trafficking, aka human trafficking altogether. You understand? So I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to be like, oh my God, this and this and this and this. You don't want to see my face, don't watch my videos that I post. You don't want to hear about real life stories, don't bother. So when I went through all that, I was threatened, everything. There was some premeditation as well towards, like, they wanted to do some baby farming on me. Not all day, because, currently I'm facing some issues, but I will come and explain into more details, and I will keep on exposing what needs to be exposed. So they wanted to do baby farming and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that one that you give birth, or you have children, and then those children are sold as well in the same trafficking system or the same ring for illegal activities and continuation, that kind of stuff. So there was some baby farming, thing that I was subjected to. At some point, they even tried to say, like, I was sick when I was young, and they were trying to get some eggs for me, like to freeze my eggs and everything. Because I think when you go through like severe illnesses and you have to resort to chemo, especially when maybe at your young age and you're a girl, I think there's an option for you to freeze your eggs just in case, you want to. I don't know how true that is, but I think I googled it online, and there was some article that says something like that. So they subjected me to the same thing that I was very sick, and my eggs were supposed to be frozen. So basically, like, God knows if obviously, eggs were taken from me to be sold and stuff. And so I was subjected into all of this, and which was not the case. I was not sick, nothing was wrong with me. I mean, I went to school, I've graduated now, and yeah, but not knowing, like, all this while, obviously, I've because I'm still surrounded, with the traffickers. I'm still surrounded with the same traffickers, same people who trafficked me from Sierra Leone to Britain. So I just didn't realize what's been happening around me and my life. But now to realize, like, okay, this thing is still ongoing, and I need the police, I need the legal system to come to my aid, and to for me to fight against this and get the justice that I deserve. So that's happened to me. There was some baby farming and everything, and now to my children. Because when it comes to the aspect of trafficking, somebody is literally planning how your life should be and go, and your children can be affected by things like this. You understand? It's literally more than the slavery. You understand? Where you are being subjected to, or told to do something, or taken advantage of and everything. You understand? Or being forced is the word. Being forced. I've been set up I've been set up to fail, to failure, to never ever even realize, this whole thing is, this whole thing is still ongoing. I've been faced with this whole situation. I've been forced to keep silent and stay silent about this issue. So that's happened. Another thing, like, my schooling is it was only by the grace of God. They didn't wanted to grant me admission to school, for me to go to school or anything. It was like these same people who I called my family and friends wanted to subject me into prostitution, and just sell me, and just make me live the life of recklessness, criminal activities and all that kind of stuff. And they just didn't want the best interest for me. My school was messed up, like, I had to go from place to place. There was so many unstableness in my life. There was so much lies, never treated or loved or anything. It was more to do with, like, business. I was just for business. I've just been for business, to the people who I I thought were, you know, who I called close people and everything, and who are not. So I've just been used for business, for purely business, nothing personal, nothing like nothing personal, just pure business. So my school was affected when even like the person, the person who was supposed to be like my guardian, because that's how I would call them, like my carer or something, my guardian. You know, she used to like mess up my school. She used to tell me like, there's no point to waste your time to go to school and everything. Like even sometimes when you know, like I'm studying and stuff like that, she'll be telling me the wrong things and everything. She will have to subject me to physical abuse or mental abuse and everything. She will always have all type of excuse to come at me and everything. There were times I was threatened, like to do all type of evil things to me, you know. So my school was affected. Sometimes I don't go to school with food, even when they eventually put me through school. Sometimes like they will subject me to all type of, I have to work, I have to slave, literally, I have to work all day. You know, I mean, when I say work, laundry, cooking, everything, you understand, going to fetch water, all that kind of stuff, fetch water, sweep, clean, everything. By the time you say 12 midnight, I'm having to take my book to study, maybe for like 30 an hour, and I'm so tired, but I have to just do my best to keep up. And you know, like just thinking like I do want my education, I do want to, you know, I don't want to be a liability, I don't want to be just a woman who just wants to grow up knowing how to open her legs, but I want to be a woman of substance. Sorry. Yeah, I want to be a woman of substance. I want to, you know, I want my life to have a certain meaning. I don't, like, I'm going to make a whole video to go in details, because when I talk about this, it really is sad. It's very sad. I would not want to wish this type of life or this type of story to my worst enemy. Aside from some people thinking like, oh, like some things is fun and games is cute, like, oh my god, like you don't know how that, as if, I mean, this is death sentence. It's nothing much. Like even right now, my life is with God, you understand? But I'm not gonna be afraid at all. The days of being afraid of living in fear is over for me, because I have a child to protect. I want the best for my child. I want the best for others out there that might be experiencing this similar situation in their lives and might not feel like they have a way out, or they might not feel like, you know, it's just the end for them. So I had to be subjected to all of those things. I would make another live to go in details. I pray I don't cry, okay? Because these are my first times that I'm crying online. I hardly cry, but these are my first times to actually take my phone, be online, and I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be as raw as I can, and just being so emotional. So I want you to know, like, you know, like I like to be honest. I like to be open and upfront. I want you to actually know about this story. I want to talk about this story. I want you to to be informed on situations like this, you know, just in case there's somebody out there that's like me that might be facing a similar experience. Just know you're not alone. You have to just, you know, have prayers by your side, but have yourself at all time. Be strong for yourself. It doesn't matter who you have or what you have, like, and who turned their backs against you. Know that you are valuable, you are special, and your life is worth it. It's meaningful. And don't give up so easy. Don't let other people think like they Don't let other people think like, they have like a say over your life, or your life is their responsibility. You understand? Like, don't feel it's not easy, because this is trafficking is a really, really bad issue. It's not easy. You understand? The targeting, the harassment, you understand what you have to be subjected into or by, your life being put under, immense stress, what you need to like, like you feeling caged up, you feeling like as if you're slaved by somebody or by a group of people. So I understand. You understand? So yeah, like I had to go through all that. My school was like affected, but God's willing, I was still very smart young lady. Much didn't get affected by my school and my education. So I was still able to go to school. I did graduated when I, in UK and everything, like finish my university and everything. But even as that, there are some milestones that I wanted to reach. There are some things I wanted to do that this whole situation have affected it greatly. You understand? There are some things I wanted to do that this whole situation have affected greatly, that hopefully I get to do them in the future. But that's what happened. And then I was allowed at one point, after they finished like making a whole program, finish using me and everything, and putting my life under like a sort of slavery, situation. I was allowed to go to school at one point, but all that was arranged to my traveling to the UK. And there were so many lies. I came back to the UK as well. I God knows what I have having to endure, or what I was subjected to. I've also always been this lady who brought me here to the UK, have constantly been monitoring my movements and everything. There have been some targeting, harassment, abuse and everything, here and there and everything. And sometimes like I'm out there, I'm working, I'm paying my bills, I'm taking care of myself. But this constant projection, this constant projecting, then I get to realize like, obviously, yeah, like, this trafficking is something that I definitely need to open up about. I need to open up to you people about. I need to come to my own platform and speak on it. And I'm not going to get tired to not speak on it. I'm going to speak on it until I cannot speak on it anymore. I'm going to keep on telling you the whole story. I'm going to keep on giving you updates on what exactly is happening to me at this given time, and the measures, like what the preventive measures I'm taking. So yeah, so to my being in the UK is being the same. I've been put under the same predicament, the same experience, and I'm just here to just be open. Like, I know sometimes we, yeah, maybe it's a selfish world anyway, but if we can just do our best sometimes to, to stand up for situations like this, no matter what or whatever it is, no matter what the gain on the phone that we are having from, like talking about the next person or try to put the next person down to benefit ourselves, it's still beneficial for us to stand up to what is right at some point in life. Like it's all fun and games until it is not, and it's all about preventive measures and control. So I I just said let me come online again and I will keep on talking about this. Sorry guys, I have to go now. I'll make another live when my voice is much cleared, and I can sit with you and talk again. We talk again about the whole situation. I might make a YouTube video to just leave it on my YouTube, so you can go onto that video anytime you feel down, or you feel a certain way, or you're going through certain issues. Then you can say, you know what, that there is a lady called Sonia online who has experienced the same similar situation. Trafficking is not something we should turn a blind eye to. Trafficking is not something we should laugh about. Trafficking is not something that is just something to sweep under the rug. If you are experiencing trafficking, or you know anybody that's experiencing trafficking, please reach out to the local authority, call the police on them, explain the situation, or please speak up, speak out, speak on it. You know, life is too short, yes, but life is precious also, and we need to learn to value it and value one another. Please, let's not continue to like take advantage of ourselves, and because somebody is in under a certain circumstance, or somebody is you know, is in a situation, please, let's not continue to take advantage of one another. Let's continue to stand up for what is right and what is going to benefit and be a fruitful, you know, seed to grow in our societies and in our generation. So guys, I'm just going to leave the live here, and I'll come back again, and I'll continue. I'll make another live again and explain the story again and give you more details. Hopefully I don't cry and my voice is much more, you know, like clear at that point. You understand? I'll tell you everything. You understand? And if I have to resort, which I don't want to do, because I want to fight this legally as well. So I don't want to continue to come online and make nuisance of myself. I want to get the correct details and go to the authorities and get justice. So I don't want to implicate myself, but I will explain to you the story without calling names or putting people pictures online, but only if I have to resort to that, because I'm trying to be a change woman and I'm trying to do better. You know, I don't want to be attacking anybody unless there's police and the courts and everything is involved. You know, I don't want anybody to feel as if like they are so precious for me to talk about them. Not at all. So I want to do this in a much more, you know, way wherein I'm explaining you to the story in details. But if I have to use names, I'll find way on how to use those names. But if I have to resort as well to pull in people's pictures online, I will. You understand? Yeah, I will because of safety measures or preventive measures, if I have to. Because there's nothing wrong with pasting a picture of a pedophile online and say, listen, these are the pedophiles that you need to be aware of in your communities. I mean, you understand, eh? These are the people, blah, blah, blah. These are the child molesters. These are abusers and everything. And please be aware. Please be informed and everything. So, but I will have to leave the live here for now. And I'll make another live again. You know, maybe sometime next week, and we'll talk again about this issue. We'll discuss until not discuss, and I'll put a video for safekeeping, because now Facebook don't keep long live videos, or you know, try to make short videos to just advocate on this and keep on talking about this story until I cannot talk no more. You understand? But my thing here is, please, understand, people's lives are not our playground, and people's children are not for us to do whatever we want to do. Don't go and take a child. Don't be in the presence of a child if you know that you cannot take responsibility of that child, or if you know that you should not be in the midst of that child. If you know that you want to do anything criminal, especially in parts of the world like this, refrain from your involvement. If you don't want legal activity, people to fight you legally, refrain from doing all those things. So guys, I'll come again and we'll discuss more on this. We'll talk about this whole issue. I'll keep on sharing my story with you, and I hope this can, you know, this story can can be a life lesson. Or yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I will get back. I will engage with you people another time. All right then, guys, take care.